Daniel 4:27a, Ane malka va'amar, hala da hi, Bavel Rabta. And that brings us to the Atnach. Let's go back to the beginning. We have an introductory phrase up to the Zakef Katon that we've seen many times. The king answered and said. What's interesting here, of course, is there's nobody to answer. There's not a dialogue going on. The king's by himself on the roof of the palace. So it looks like the meaning here is just a general meaning of the next thing said. So continuing on, we have the yes-no question particle with the negative particle together. And this introduction to a rhetorical question is covered in Biblical Aramaic for Biblical Interpreters, page 31. So you can take a look at that. Next up, we have the near demonstrative. It's feminine singular. We have the independent pronoun, that's third feminine singular. And then after the word for Babylon, we have the determined state placed on an adjective feminine singular. So we have three signals here that Babylon is feminine. So altogether, we have the king answered and said, is not this Babylon the Great? And that analysis of how best to translate is using the third feminine singular independent pronoun as a copula. Is not this Babylon the Great? Now I just want to pause and advocate for maintaining critical thinking and not surrendering it to computers. Why do I say that? It's because the Westminster Hebrew morphology that underlies a lot of the Bible software programs to provide tagging for each word identifies Babylon here, this word, as no gender. That is to say, for instance, the BibleWorks pop-up analysis says noun proper, no gender, no number, no state. Is that true? Well, grammatically speaking, not in Daniel 4:27a. You can see three indications: the near demonstrative, third feminine singular independent pronoun, and then the adjective feminine singular, that Babylon is feminine. We don't have any other cases in Biblical Aramaic of this word acting as a subject to verify that. But we notice in Rosenthal, section 59, page 34, he claims the names of cities and countries may be feminine. And that's just carrying on what we have seen as a pattern in Biblical Hebrew as well. And in fact, in the Biblical Hebrew corpus, in Isaiah 13:19, 21:9, and then 7 places in Jeremiah 50 and 51, Babylon is the subject of a sentence, and it is feminine.